Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Real quick, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Only about 6% of my current viewers are subscribed, and it helps the channel out immensely. So today we're talking about the F-117 and how it would be used in, War Thunder. So the F-117 has now been on a couple of leak lists, and it seems to be coming to the game, hopefully, maybe this next update, if not, maybe the December update, but soon. That just seems to be a very likely thing, and there's a lot of reasons why I think it is coming, and a couple reasons why I think it isn't. Now, one, I think they do need to add it to test stealth. Two, I do think it'd be a new way for them to test out individual RCS, radar cross section, and the F-117 would be an aircraft that'd be quite interesting for me to think about to do that with, because they'd be able to see how stealth affects the game. And how, individual RCS could be modeled, if they're wanting to model individual RCS, which is something I think they should do. So, the F-117, the version on the leak list, it's an interesting boat, an interesting aircraft. So, it only gets a couple of guided weapons, like GBU-27s, GBU-24s, JDAMs, unguided bombs. I've read sites and talked to people who said it can carry AGM-65s, and I've also read and talked to people who've actually flown the F-117, and they say it can carry air-to-air missiles, AIM-9s, AIM-9Es, AIM-9Bs, early AIM-9 versions. And I actually think, coming to War Thunder, I actually think it should get the AIM-9B or AIM-9E, at least, two of them. And obviously, if you do enough digging, you will find places that say it carried the AIM-9E or AIM-9B. It's, you do your own research. Obviously, it's not, a lot of sites say it don't, but I've heard enough from enough different people and enough different places that I will stand by that it could roughly carry AIM-9Es, AIM-9Bs. And it's not, I've talked to a couple pilots. I talked to one guy, and he said the big thing that they had to do was figure out how to put it, lower it into the airstream of the aircraft without destroying the stealth capabilities, or, when it launches, they eventually, he said they figured it out. He also talked about their secondary mission being the fact that they would go after Russian AWACS and tanker aircraft, support aircraft, which that is what you would expect a stealth fighter to do. So it is not out of the realm of possibility for Gaijin to give it 2 AIM-9Es or 2 AIM-9Bs. And if it does get AIM-9Es or AIM-9Bs, we could see something really, really interesting. Now, in terms of ARB gameplay, the bombers already are kind of slept upon. It don't really have a whole lot to do. It's bomber-based, RTB. The F-117, if it does not get air-to-air missiles, is going to lack that ability to do anything. It's going to bomb and RTB. So it will be used principally in ground RB, and that's where I've heard a lot of people talk about infrared system track and, thermal image signature and all that. The NIGHTHAWK does have a reduced thermal signature and heat source due to the fact that it's a subsonic aircraft with the reduced engine heat for missiles, which would be kind of interesting to see how Gaijin model. This is a completely test thing, in my opinion. In my opinion, if we see the F-117, it's going to be purely testing the aircraft, testing waters for stealth, testing the waters for RCS, testing the waters for reduced visibility on thermals, reduced infrared system trackability. All of this is, a great way for Gaijin to get their hands and actually test the aircraft. Is the F-117 going to come to the game and be game-breaking? Probably not. Is it going to be extremely cool? Yes. And another thing I want to point out before I end the video here is the fact that on all the leak lists I've seen, it's come to the game either as an event vehicle or a squadron vehicle. And I actually 110% agree with this. There is no counter to the F-117. There is no, there's no Russian aircraft that really competes with it in similarities. And I think it actually is a money grab for Gaijin. If it's a squadron vehicle, people are going to buy it. And then they're going to realize it's not fun in ARB, they're going to want to play it in ground. Well, if you're non-American and you don't play America, you're going to want to buy a clickbait or, some sort of premium tank. It's a way for Gaijin to make money end of day. And again, it's a company, and I got to have some respect for that because, like I said, it is a company, they want to make money. And also, I do think any new aircraft like this, at least, where it's a first ever stealth aircraft to the game, I do agree with it coming to the game as a vehicle that if you only play, say, Russia, you have access to stealth. That's just my opinion. I do think this isn't the only F-117 we're going to see in the game. I think it would make sense to see a second version later on in the tech tree. But let me know what your guys' opinions are. Do you think stealth is going to be game-changing? Do you think Gaishin's going to follow through and actually add this to test? Or do you think this is kind of just a hype dream and we're not actually going to see stealth yet? Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Make sure to join the Discord linked in the description. Hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.